Good morning guys, Marten here. I'm doing an early video today, and so far we do have some green action for cryptos, but there's a big war out there between the bulls and the bears, so let's dive right into it here. In today's video we'll have a look at the overall altcoin market, then Ethereum, EOS, and finally Tomochain. So let's focus here on the altcoin chart. We are at the moment around 65 billion here, and we have lost the support we had here up around 70 to 75 billion. So that is a negative, but there is additional support down here around 50 billion or so. And what I wanted to mention here is that from the very peak here, we have now retraced 89%. And that is pretty similar to the retracement Bitcoin had in 2013 after the big pop there. So that's kind of interesting. But the last thing I want to mention here about this chart is that the volume has been pretty good here in the last couple of weeks, but we do want much higher volume here in order to get a long-term bounce to the upside, and obviously some green action. So if we compare here going back to December and January of last year, we did have much higher volume, so that's what I'm looking at here. That would be stable, or that would be sustainable for the altcoins. If we look at the 3-month chart, we do have a new low here, as you can see, compared to a low here. Now we're trying to get up again. Will this succeed? I don't know, but there is resistance up here around 65 billion, so be aware of that. Now let's look at Ethereum here against Bitcoin. Here's the weekly chart, and today Ethereum is down 1.5%, and the weekly candlestick is looking pretty negative here so far. And if we look at the retracement here for Ethereum against Bitcoin, we have retraced 82% from the high here in June of last year. So that's a little bit higher than this retracement is a little bit lower than the total altcoin at 89%. But we are very close here to this September low here around 0.0269. We had this in September, and then I'm looking at another second low at 0.0236 over here. And finally, we do have some strong support around 0.02 in this area, following this green 20-week EMA here. So these are the three numbers I'm looking at here for Ethereum on the weekly chart. Now let's have a look at the daily chart. So here it is. And in the very short term, we do have some good signs here, because we have a falling wedge formation here, and that could indicate that we might get a bullish move here, potentially over the weekend. So we could be close to a breakout here, and this formation needs to be penetrated here to the upside, and then we want a daily close above 0.03 Bitcoin up in this region here. Of course, this could continue to the downside here, and perhaps within this formation, or break out to the downside as well. If we look at the stochastics and RSI, they're all in oversold territory at the moment. So if I was going to make a trade there, I would like these to be get above this level, so get out of oversold territory. Finally, for Ethereum, let's have a look at the dollar chart and the 8-hour chart. And here we do have a we do have 2 out of 3 divergences here. So that's kind of interesting. Here's the first one, but we're still in oversold territory. And also we do have a divergence here on the RSI, but that's also in oversold territory. So keep that in mind. We want this to get above this level. But we did get a hammer the last 8-hour candlestick, but now we're looking at, we made a higher high here, but now we're going back south here. So keep an eye on the next 8-hour close here for Ethereum. Now let's head over to EOS against the dollar. Here's the weekly chart. So EOS is one of the few cryptos here in the green. We're at the moment here up 2%. And candle-wise, it does look pretty negative here. But we do have some support here. We are reaching the lower Bollinger Band here. So there's some weak support on the weekly chart going back here. But if we go down a little bit, we do have a little bit more of support at 285. And even stronger support down at $2 here. Now that is the weekly chart, but let's head over here to the daily chart. So we do have another falling wedge here for EOS. So we could expect a breakout here during the weekend. And if so, we would need a basically daily close here above $4. First breakout from this resistance line here. So you can see here we are in the green at the moment, but it's fairly weak so far. So we'll see how this day will end here. And of course this could continue within this trading channel going even further south here. That's definitely possible here. But as I mentioned, look for a sustainable breakout here above $4. And also look for the stochastics here to get above this level here of oversold. Same here for the 9, the 14, and also the RSI 20 down here. The last thing I want to show you about EOS is the 8-hour chart, because we do have a triple divergence here. So look at that. Here's a higher high, and higher high. But they're all, well actually the 9 fast stochastics here is above oversold. So potentially that is a good sign here. But we need to get a 8-hour close above this resistance line. You can see here during the last 8 hours we have been above here, but now we're sort of retreating, going back again. So we'll see how this 8-hour will close here. But if we will get a pop here, we'll likely head up here to around this $4 level, which is also near the 20 period EMA, the green line up here, as you can see. And also hopefully we'll get some additional volume coming in here. We got some decent volume here during the last 8-hour candlestick. So keep an eye on high volumes here as well. Now finally let's have a look at Tomochain, because Tomochain has had a pretty nice upside movement here for the last 3 or 4 days. We got a breakout yesterday, this candlestick right here, and right now we are at this very fib level here around 208,000. So it looks like we do have resistance in this area, and what I want here is a daily candlestick looking bullish. Right now we're in the red here, so but hopefully we can close in the green here in order to get a continuation up to the next fib level up here. Otherwise we might go sideways here, or perhaps retrace back to the supporting trend line down here at around 180,000. And that's all I have for today. But make sure to head over to our homepage and check out the news here. We actually have the first crypto ETF has been approved in Switzerland. So some good news there. And it's Friday today, so I want to wish you a great Thanksgiving weekend if you're in the States. And otherwise, just have a great weekend. Goodbye.